All right, May 16th. We are here Friday night, Boyd Raceway. This is our first time here, at least showing it on the YouTube channel. This is probably one of the most unique and one of my favorite tracks to race at, just through and through. Got my first win here, ran a lot of my first races here, and overall, I mean, this facility means a lot to me and a lot of the races I run here. It's a little early right now. It's around 5:30, so a lot of the guys still ain't here yet. A lot of guys still ain't off work. Racing starts at 8. But very unique track here, Boyd Raceway. No walls. It's a D shape. You know, it's got a lot of character to it. 1 and 2 is really high banks. 3 and 4 is a little more mellow in a sense. So it's pretty hit or miss though on what this track brings every night. On some nights it's rough and hammer down, and other nights it's dry and it's smooth. So it's been a little while since we've had that type of surface, but it's really hot out. So it's in the 90s today, and Texas weather, 90s. It kind of goes hand in hand with drying out racetrack. So maybe tonight will be a little bit different than what we've had recently. Recently, it's been a lot of hammer down, a little hard to pass, but we'll see what happens. I think we've had a good piece. We worked on it a little bit more this week after Abilene. We weren't really sure what went wrong with how loose it was, so we changed some things, rescaled it, liked the numbers we saw. So we're gonna try it out tonight, see what happens. If we don't like it, then we'll go back to what we ran at Kennedale, but we're just trying to keep making it better and better. So see how it goes tonight. 700 to win, so we run here once a month now. We used to run weekly, but we're in here once a month now, and it's for more purse money. So 700 to win for us front wheel drives. It's a pretty big deal, and it means a lot that Boyd's able to do that for us. But super middle of nowhere, redneck, hanging out, having a good time type of track, and it's a lot of fun. Like I said, this track means a lot to me, and if you've seen videos of this track, even back in the day in the 90s and 2000s, I mean, it's been around a long time. It looks like nothing's changed. The track looks the exact same as it did 20, 30 years ago. I think that's really cool. It has that old school vibe. So the Snyder's put this on for a long time. Now we've switched promoters, but he's doing a great job too. He cares about the racers. He cares about the fans, and I haven't seen this many fans here at Boyd in a long time on a weekly basis. So it's really cool. But see what happens tonight. We're gonna get the car unloaded in a little bit and start getting her ready for heat race action. Haven't drawn yet, but hopefully we can draw good. I think we're gonna be doing passing points tonight. That's something that's been talked about. So that'd be cool if it does. But got out of work a little bit a while ago, and now we're here, and we're gonna be running Boyd tonight, Kennedale tomorrow. So hopefully we can have 2 good nights in a row and keep this streak of good luck going. So see what happens. We'll catch you later. Alrighty, well, we drew the number 18, so that'll put us pole of our heat race. It's only 12 cars here. Really wasn't expecting that small of a count, to be honest, especially considering the payout and that we only run once a month. I figured we'd have some more cars, but I know a bunch of cars got tore up recently between flips or just hard impacts, so maybe they're not back together. But so yeah, we'll see what happens. Pole of heat 1, redrawing top 5 out of each heat race, so redrawing over half the field. So that could really bite us or it could really hurt us, because there's a lot of fast cars here. National champions, guys who won really big money races. So even though it's a small field, there's a lot of stout competition. So that's really how it is down here. But car's ready to go for the most part. Just got to set air pressures, and then we're ready to go. We're last in the running order, so that's our best chance of having a slicked off dry track, which I'm kind of hoping for. It's been a long time since this track's done that. It usually puts on a good product whenever that happens. But we'll see what happens. Heat race action coming up soon. We're gonna get strapped in, ready to go, and then see what we draw for the main, and hopefully we don't get screwed by it. So sometimes it does bite me. Actually, it bites me a lot. So we'll see what happens. But heat race time. Let's go. thanks. It was a lot of fun, honestly. Good racing from Chase and Randy. Accidentally walled Randy a little bit. I didn't know he was on my outside there in the middle of the race. But aside from that, it was really good. Just car did not drive good at all. I don't know what was up with it. I don't know. It was just awful. It was stupid loose in 1 and 2, and it was pushing tight in 3 and 4. So I'm not really sure what to think of it. But changed some things for the main, hoping that makes a difference. So we'll see what happens. Not sure what to take away from it, but we redrew the 6, and we're behind one of the fastest guys here. And Randy starts right behind us, but all the fast guys are in front of us pretty much. So got some work to do, but third row outside ain't too bad, especially on a track like this that tends to be favoring the top. So, we'll see what happens. But car's ready to go again. Just got to set air pressures once again, but we changed some stuff, and hopefully it actually makes a difference. Because it was borderline undrivable. I really didn't feel in control the entire time. And 3 and 4, I'm sure you can see it. It is just cranking the wheel so bad. And 1, 2, it felt okay, but it was just still too loose. So hopefully we can get a little bit more drive out of it, because that's been my issue the last couple months. Is I just can't get drive entering the corner. So I think we may have figured it out, but we'll see. So we'll see how the main goes. Well, didn't quite get around to getting anything recorded last night. If you came by our pits last night, you would have seen I was pretty pumped up. So, recording from this morning, we're getting the car washed and the golf car. They both got pretty dirty, so it's getting ready to get them washed up this Sunday. I mean, Saturday. Feels like a Sunday, but fortunately, Kennedale rained out though. Woke up this morning to that on Facebook, and so it's just a one race weekend again. One of these days we'll get a doubleheader weekend, but I guess this weekend isn't that. But regarding last night though, car was way different. I mean, it wasn't even close to what was in the heat race. I mean, the issue with the heat race honestly was we just had no drive entering the corner. It get off the corner okay, but entering the corner, mid corner, it just had zero drive. And so changed some things for the feature, and whatever we did, it loved it. So we got all the drive. I mean, it was so much better than it was in the heat race. Wasn't even close. So had a great clean race with Randy Chase. Obviously, almost got tangled up in turn one, lap one. That little incident there. So had to claw our way back though a little bit. Caught Chase under green. He got stuck up in a couple lap cars, and I was able to be a little risky and do some things that normally wouldn't do. But we sent her around the outside one lap car, got up on his bumper, and got around him. So overall, I mean, it was a really fun race. Everyone that I raced last night races clean the heat race. I mean, it was me chasing Randy in the heat race, and just so happened to be that again in the main. So it was a lot of fun though. We always race clean, and that's what these compact guys on here are about. That's what we're all about, all of us. You know, we all went clean racing. And so when we can do that, especially on a track that we had last night, Boyd was incredible. I mean, I really can't give enough props to Boyd. The track was probably the best it's been in a while. So really happy with that. Hope we can keep that going throughout the year, whether it be the hot temps or what. But man, they killed it. So whatever they did last night, they need to keep doing. It was racy in all the classes. I mean, it was a little rough in most of the classes, but it was racy though. You were able to race. So that's the big thing though, especially since Boyd's had problems with that in the past where it just ends up being single file. But there were multiple lanes, multiple options. 3 and 4 was a little ruddy. 1 and 2 you could run top, middle, bottom. I mean, everywhere. So huge props to Boyd. So we'll just get her washed up, go over her, and get ready for next week. We're gonna be either Grayson or I think it's Riesel. I don't remember the name of it, but a track in Waco or a track up in Sherman. So either one. We haven't really decided yet, but that's where we'll be next Saturday night. But see what happens next week, and hopefully we can keep this trend going. It's been lucky, so and the car's been on point. So hopefully we can keep it going and make sure she stays that way. But of course, thank you all the fans that came out. Thank you Boyd for having us. Thank you 815 Suspension. Me and Dad, it's more so Dad, but Dad's been killing it. So coming up with ideas, and we've been able to execute on them. So and it's helped this car. This car hasn't been plug and play like our other cars. I don't know why, but it really hasn't been plug and play. And so it's been a funky car. We've had to really work with it. Even like different tracks, like we ran Kennedale, it ran great. Ran Abilene, it ran great. Then we took what we ran those 2 tracks last night in the heat race. It was terrible. So different tracks, I guess, is going to require different things. But car ran great, did good. Thank you 815. Thank you Mark's Mobile Trailer Repair. Thank you America's Car-Mart, Siloam Springs, Arkansas. Thank you TBG Tuned. Thank you Loose Creations. Thank you Magic Cobra Motorsports. Thank you Wild Child Racecars and Fabrication. And yeah, so thank you Fastrack Engineering and Rod. That was great to see Rod there yesterday. Y'all didn't see him, but one of our great guys that we hang out with, one of our close friends. So Rod and Colin and Mark, so all of them were there. But get her ready for next week. See what happens. Thank you all for watching.